Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to News at Noon. News at Noon is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. I'm News Director Lee Pye, here today with my news assistants Maisie Strader, Sara Lodespoto, Joshua Ribakove, as well as Hunter Halterman and Sports Director Matt Volz. With this top-of-the-hour update, we'll bring you the latest on SUNY Fredonia's campus news, events, sports, weather, and music. But first up, let's go to the event bulletin for this week. The intramural sports registration is open. There's still a chance to sign up for volleyball, pickleball, and dodgeball until Friday, September 22nd. Anyone with a fredonia.edu email can sign up for IM leagues, and you can sign up by going to the Instagram at Fred Intramurals, and all the information you need is in the Instagram bio. Once you are signed up, you can sign up for a sports event individually or create a team with friends. Next up, Fredonia Radio Systems is hosting their 20th annual Rock in the Commons fundraiser event for Roswell Park Cancer Institute. The event is taking place at Barker Commons in Fredonia on September 23rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's a lineup of local bands and artists performing live throughout the day, as well as activities, CD and vinyl sales, and a raffle to take home glorious prizes. Lastly, the campus community is invited to the interactive exhibit called Sip and Stroll, the Constitutional Amendments, located in the Reed Library. It asks participants to identify the constitutional amendments and which one means most to each person. Every student who visits and interacts with the thing everyone who interacts can enter to win a $25 Starbucks gift card. This event is part of our Campus Constitution Day festivities and is co-sponsored by American Democracy Project and Reed Library in support of the Carnahan-Jackson Humanities Fund of the Fredonia College Foundation. This event is occurring from now until September 29th in the Reed Library. That's all for Grapevines. Next up, we bring it to Maisie for our latest campus news updates.
Today, in the multi-purpose room of the Williams Center, there will be a clothing and book swap at 12 this afternoon to 2 o'clock. Shopping will be open to the public. Cookies and lemonade will be supplied by the courteous FSA. From hating books to writing them, freshman psychology student Zachary Ayers, here at Fredonia, is a self-published horror novelist. Zach's largest novel, The Killer's Collection, written his senior year of high school, is a whopping 260 pages. He has 2 other shorter ones published as well, only available on Kindle through Amazon. Check out more of his story online. It is fall, or is it fall, or is there something wicked in the air? Wicked star Eden Elphaba to the fans is giving a class to specific musical theater students and will be having them work on vocal technique and acting. This will take place Friday night, September 22nd at 7:30 in the Opera House located at 9 Church Street, Fredonia. This event is free and open to the public. That's it for campus news. Let's go to local.
Thanks, Maisie. Next up, we have local news. Fredonia trustee John Esperson has given positive updates on the water system, specifically the efforts that have been made to fix the health violations. Esperson said, "We had a meeting last week comprising the mayor, Douglas Isaac, trustee Michael Twitchell, myself, Natalie Whiteman from the Chautauqua County Department of Health, 3 engineers from LABA and our grant writer, and other Fredonia officials, including Chief Water Treatment Plant Operator Louis Fred. Each item is on the 30-day deficiency list. A good portion of these have been fixed, and the rest have plans to be corrected according to the Department of Health. For example, a new chlorinator is set to be installed soon, and there is a plan being set to fix the valves in the sludge lines. The county panel will meet again September 27th to continue their progress with the Fredonia water system. Chautauqua County's Department of Mental Hygiene will receive a $1 million grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services for Children with Serious Emotional Disturbances program. The program provides resources to improve the mental health outcomes for ages 0 to 21. The program supports the integration of system of care approach by creating good services that are a part of the comprehensive community mental health services for children and their families program. Rachel Ludwig, the Chautauqua County Department of Mental Health Program Coordinator, says, quote, "This grant, though through the Chautauqua Tapestry, will strengthen the system of care infrastructure county-wide through a strategic training and implementation plan," end quote. She continued with the overall goal of this grant is to improve the mental health outcomes for children and youth birth through age 21 at risk for or with serious emotional disturbances and their families. County Executive P.J. Wendell took part in a news conference on Thursday where the following challenges were brought up: the migrant crisis, withholding the advancement federal medical assistance percentage funding, and new election changes. There's issues bipartisanly impact everyone in New York State, said Wendell, who is a member of NYSAC's board of directors. It is important for counties to rally in solidarity to raise awareness across the state and nation. First, for the migrant crisis, it was said by Wendell that the migration issue in New York is a federal problem that the Biden administration has not addressed. Kathy Hochul has called for allowing immigrants to legally seek employment, though the other counties say that they do not have the resources to assist with the migrants. With the medical assistance, New York State is withholding EFMAP funding designed to pay for Medicaid. Wendell said, quote, "Thanks to our fiscal conservative policies in Chautauqua County, we are prepared to fill the void. However, the counties in New York may not be so lucky and could see financial tension as a result." Lastly, for the elections, moving most elections to an even year is hoped to increase voter turnout and save money. However, it is highlighted that it might do more harm than good. Wendell stated that elections will still take place in odd years and polls will still be open. The basic cost will still be the same, and she thinks it will get less attention than it does currently. That's it for your local news update. Let's take it to the sports guy, Matt Volz.
Thanks, Lee. Fredonia's volleyball team is back in the win column after beating Pitt Bradford 3-1 last night. After winning the first set 25-15, the Blue Devils lost a nail-biter second set but rallied to win sets 3 and 4 for the overall victory. The win improved the team's record to 2-9. They'll be in action again for a Saturday doubleheader in Houghton, taking on Houghton University at 11 a.m. and Alfred State at 1 p.m. Fredonia's men's soccer team remains unbeaten with a record of 4-0-3. They are slated to begin conference play today as they travel north to take on Geneseo at 4 p.m. Well, it's a blackout at University Stadium later today as the women's soccer team hosts Geneseo at 4 p.m. to open conference play. Students attending the game are encouraged to wear black and show their support for the team, a team that's looking to build off an 8-1 thrashing of Hilbert College last Thursday in Hamburg. The women's tennis team is off until next Wednesday, September 27th, when they host Damon at 5 o'clock. The team's record currently sits at 1-5. And the men's and women's cross-country teams are off again this weekend as they continue to prepare for the Cara Hall Memorial Invitational, which will take place on campus on Saturday, September 30th. The individual honors the memory of Cara Hall, a 2017 Fredonia graduate and former women's cross-country team captain who was tragically killed in 2020 at the age of 25. In NFL news, Cleveland Browns running back Nick Chubb is out for the season after sustaining a knee injury in Cleveland's 26-22 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday night. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski confirmed yesterday that Chubb will need surgery on his knee, the same knee he also injured while playing college football at Georgia. Cleveland signed running back Kareem Hunt back to their active roster this morning to fill the void left by Chubb. And authorities are investigating an Instagram video allegedly posted by former NFL safety Sergio Brown, rambling about the FBI and local police. Brown has been missing since last Saturday after his mother, 73-year-old Myrtle Brown, was found dead in a creek behind her suburban Illinois home. And finally, in Bills news, the Buffalo Bills bounced back from a Week 1 loss by trouncing the Raiders 38-10 on Sunday. Bills quarterback Josh Allen completed 31 of 37 passes for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns, undoubtedly a bounce-back performance from his 3-interception game against the Jets last week. Buffalo's defense came away with 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery as well. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs, the NFL's defending rushing champion, was held to -2 rushing yards on 9 carries in the game. It was the first time in modern NFL history that a defending rushing champion was held to negative rushing yards in a game. That's it for your sports update. Let's send it to Sara for the weather.
Now, here is your Northern Chautauqua weather update brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, everyone, and let's talk weather. With the sun out and some clouds, today is going to be a high of 74. Later in the evening, it'll be a little cloudy with a low of 51. Make sure you wear something warm tonight. Tomorrow morning will be pretty cold in the afternoon, but the afternoon is looking great with a sunny high of 75. Just be mindful of some moderate breeze. On Thursday night, there'll be some clouds and a low of 52. Chilly nights are the best for a nice, hot cup of tea. Won't you agree? That's it for your 2-day weather. Keep listening, and I'll be back with the rest of your weekend forecast. For now, let's take it back to Lee for our local music update.
Main Street Studios is having some not-so-local music happening this weekend. Johnson Sue from Japan, as well as Tiny the Dream, Kiwi Grim, and Expat are performing Saturday, September 23rd at 8 p.m., located at Main Street Studios, 50 West Main Street, Fredonia. That's all I have for music news this week. Let's bring it to Josh for national and international news.
Thanks, Lee. Video game developers are shocked and outraged as a company called Unity changes the pricing model for their suite of video game development tools. For those uninitiated with the gaming industry, thousands of popular games like Pokemon Go, Genshin Impact, and Among Us run on the Unity game engine. This includes video games released for mobile devices, consoles, and PCs. Up until now, Unity has been charging developers a flat yearly subscription rate to use their software. However, Unity's new pricing model charges developers based on each individual game installation customers make of their games. This new policy is likely to put many smaller development studios and indie developers out of business, as many games won't actually end up making any profit under the new structure. After facing immediate backlash online, Unity released a statement on Sunday that reads, quote, "We have heard you. We apologize for the confusion and angst the runtime fee policy we announced on Tuesday caused. We are listening, talking to our team members, community, customers, and partners, and will be making changes to the policy. We will share an update in a couple days. Thank you for your honest and critical feedback." End quote. The changes remain to be seen, but it appears Unity intends to start their runtime fee schedule on January 1st of 2024. American multinational food company Kraft Heinz announced a voluntary recall yesterday of about 83,000 cases of individually wrapped slices of American cheese. The recall was determined after one of their cheese wrapping machines was caught with a malfunction, causing thin strips of film to become stuck to the cheese, even after taking off the wrapper. According to the press release, quote, "The issue was discovered after we received several consumer complaints about finding the plastic stuck to a slice, including 6 complaints of customers saying they choked or gagged in connection with the issue. No injuries or serious health issues have been reported." End quote. They claim to have fixed the machine and inspected all other processing machines. The recall affects 16-ounce Kraft American singles packs, with best when used by dates between January 10th, 2024 and January 27th, 2024. If you believe you have any of the affected product, you can call the number 1-800-280-8252 to inquire about reimbursement. Once again, that phone number is 1-800-280-8252. A couple days ago, a bear was spotted at Disney World's Magic Kingdom. And no, it wasn't a character from the animated film Brother Bear. No, the sighting promptly shut down parts of the theme park, until the adult female black bear was captured around 2:30 p.m. Law enforcement officers and biologists with the Wildlife Conservation Commission's Bear Management Program were able to capture the bear and relocate it to an area in or around the Ocala National Forest. FWC spokesman Lisa Thompson stated, quote, "During the fall, bears are more active as they search for food to pack on fat reserves for the winter. This particular bear was likely moving through the area searching for food." End quote. Yesterday, officials of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission released a video showing bear management staff releasing the bear into the national forest. And that's all for your national and international news. Let's send it back to Sara for the rest of our weather.
Welcome back to weather. Friday is soon approaching with a high of 75 with light clouds. That night will be chilly with a low of 51. Saturday will be cloudy and a high of 72, but don't worry, there's a little chance of rain. Later in the evening, the clouds will disappear and there'll be a low of 52. Similar to Saturday, Sunday will be a high of 72, but there will be less clouds. That clear night, it will be a low of 54. That's it for your weekend forecast. Let's take it right back to Lee.
That'll wrap up for today's edition of News at Noon. Campus news is written and read by Maisie Strader. Local news for this broadcast is prepared by Lee Pye. Weather is presented by Sara Lodespoto. Sports is presented by Matt Volz. Music is prepared by Lee Pye. National and international news is prepared by Joshua Ribakove. And finally, board operations for this broadcast are performed by Hunter Halterman. Thanks for tuning in to News at Noon. Join us every Monday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. From all of us at Fredonia Radio Systems, have a wonderful day.